All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. As a relatively new but very enthusiastic resident of Newark, I feel particularly honored to be talking on this topic today, and I want to thank the organizers for their rather aggressive encouragement to do so. I'm going to start today talking about 3 initiatives that I've engaged in that I feel are personally important to change the perception of Newark to one that I feel better reflects the positive activity and people that I personally have met while here in Newark. These 3 initiatives are my tours, Tumblr campaign, and tweeting, or more generally, social media in general. And I want to make 2 points very hard today. First is that any person has the ability to make change in the perception in their community, and that they can do it in creative, fun, exciting, community-building ways. Second point I want to make is I want to encourage people in Newark and in communities throughout the world to do similar initiatives to change the perception of their community in these very easy, very simple, but very fun ways. So I'm going to start first with the tours that I've been doing. The tours are called Have You Met Newark? And I think they're particularly important because I feel very strongly there's absolutely no better way to show somebody and change their perception than to literally take their hand and walk them through your community. And that's what I do on a regular basis. I think that there are 3 particular elements to a tour that can make them more successful for perception change, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. First thing you need to do is you need to introduce people to the businesses, institutions, and cultural venues in your city. So walking around is great, but you really have to go inside. These are all images from different tours that either I have taken people on, or my friend Antonio, who has begun doing tours with me as well, has taken people on. And what's really important about these pictures, you just see that people are invested in the businesses. They're invested, they're learning about the Newark Public Library, new residents, old residents. It's very important that they interact. And that brings me to the second point, is that tours that are successful at perception change build community. You're actually building a community of people while you're on the tour. The first picture there is William from Gentleman's Quarter talking with one of Antonio's tour groups about the history of Branford Place. That's information I can't provide them. I haven't been there, but William has been. So when you build a community and you are interactive on your tour, people that you're taking, they meet people, they get different perspectives, and they get different history. So it's critical. You see this all, and people want to talk with you. You see Victor Algira, he always wants to share what he's doing at Algira with tour participants. Mark at Hobby's Deli, he loves to talk with tour participants about what he's seen happening in Newark over the years. So this is critical, and also critical is tour participants talking to each other. Tours create a very unique forum for old residents and new residents to talk and share stories. They also, provide an opportunity for people from the outside who've never been to Newark to meet both these groups of people. So I think it's critical, and so successful tours build community. And the third thing successful tours do is they shape ambassadors. So when we start a Have You Met Newark tour, usually next to Dunkin' Donuts at Penn Station, I give a little spiel. We don't just get to start, I have to talk for a second. And I want to say to everybody on that tour that you're becoming an ambassador to Newark by going on the Have You Met Newark tour. And the reason I do this is because it's great, and I can talk all day about how great I think Newark is, and I do. But it's going to be much more powerful coming from somebody else that is a reputable member of that person's social network. And so I want people to be on their smartphone, only if they're tweeting, the whole tour, taking pictures, and you can see these are just a few examples of things people have tweeted. One person says, if you want to start a business, or if you want to see what's happening in Newark, do this. It might make you want to start a business. Great, that's exactly what I want to happen. I want people to start businesses, see opportunity for themselves in Newark, whether they're residents or new residents, and I want them to be an ambassador. Now, quickly, I just want to go through this little how-to guide for Have You Met Where. This isn't something that is just unique to Newark. I personally like Newark a lot. I'm very passionate about it, so I do them in Newark. You could do this anywhere. I want to encourage other cities, like Islamabad, perhaps, that was rated just above us as one of the more friendly places in the world. Hey, you guys can do this too. So just these are 5 different, or a few different steps, things to do. And the last one I want to emphasize, the most important, is just do it. At the end of the day, I remember before my first tour, oh, maybe I don't know enough, maybe I'm too new here, oh, all these concerns, all this nerves. Then I just did it. People had a great time. They learned something. And then now they're shopping at the stores. They're coming back. They're thinking about moving here. It's amazing. So just do it. Next thing I want to talk about is a Tumblr campaign that I co-led with my friend Giselle Clemens. And this Tumblr campaign was created to refute the survey that said that Newark was the most unfriendly city in the entire world, which is crazy. And we all know it's crazy. But I wanted to show the world that it was crazy. And so using simple tools that are free and on the internet, my friend Giselle and I, we printed out signs, we chose a day, we walked around during my lunch break, and we had people hold signs. And I brought the signs to different events I was going to over the next month, and we had people send them, they emailed their signs to, pictures of themselves to us. And it was really, really, really easy, but it was really powerful. And about 2,000 people saw these pictures. They was featured in the Washington Times, Brick City Live. I even talked to a London-based radio station about it, the Star Ledger. So it really got big, and it was awesome because people externally saw these pictures, which I think is great because everyone in the entire world, whether you speak English or not, knows what a smiling face means. And second of all, it was really important internally. My friend Davidson, who participated, and who's business owner in the Ironbound, said to me, I just really like to see all the different people that live here. And I think in a city that's as diverse and as huge as Newark, sometimes that can be really powerful just to see who else is living in this community with you. So community building can also happen through these kinds of perception-changing initiatives. Next thing I want to talk about is just social media more generally. I'm pretty intense on social media, Newark-wise. My friends probably get a little tired, I'm sure, of seeing things happening on Facebook that I'm involved in or not involved in and just think are cool. But I want to emphasize that if you have a smartphone, you have a tool for perception change. Every single person can be doing this and pumping out a positive message about Newark. And I see some people in the audience who already do this, and so it's amazing. But I just want to encourage everyone to do this. It's such an easy tool. It's free. I got Instagram. I take Instagram at my lunch almost every day. Because you know what? I want to tell people that there are awesome lunch places in Newark, New Jersey. And you'd be surprised by the number of people that are surprised by that, and that that's like a fact for them. So this is really, it's basic. Again, tweet. There was an anti-violence event last week called The Funeral. It was a very, very creative, interesting event. I tweeted about it, right? You want to support what everybody's doing that's positive in your community. So just, if you see something positive, say something, right? With old see something, say something. Do it for positive things that are happening in your city. And when you do it, use the hashtag Newark, New Jersey. BCDC, where I work, and Rutgers Business School, where we are, just sponsored an event called Newark, New Jersey, Own It. And the whole point of that event, the whole reason we did it was because we want, when people are doing positive things or sharing important information about jobs or events that can help people, to use the hashtag Newark, New Jersey so everyone knows it's happening here in our city. Now, I left this next slide dramatically blank, not a mistake, because I wanted to make a really important point here. And that is that even though all these initiatives are fun and I have fun doing them, my motivations are very, very serious. And that is, and I want to make another point clear here, is that I have no desire to gloss over the real challenges that are facing residents in Newark's community. These challenges do exist. Unemployment, underemployment, safety concerns, educational inequity. These things all exist. And to be honest, they comprise the entire reason I went into working in economic development in the first place. So this is very important to me. However, and one more thing. Also, I want to let you know, is that I do not believe that what I'm doing with these perception-changing activities are going to solve all these problems. They are deep, difficult problems caused by deindustrialization, discriminatory practices. These are things that it's going to take a lot to solve, and I'm excited to work on that. These necessarily aren't going to change that. However, what I do believe, and very strongly, is that the opportunities for Newark residents are not going to be, or they're going to be increased more if the investment, business, and foundation community is aware of and excited and encouraged by the positive activity happening in our city, and if more accurate perceptions and portraits of our cities in the world and the people that live with them begin to be painted. And so I want to close with three kind of positive things that I feel like we're very fortunate to be within here. First is that, is my opinion, in this city, and in the entire world, to be honest, there are more positive things happening, more positive people than negative. Second, I think people really want to learn. I think people across the world want to learn about positive things happening. So we've got a captive audience. Third thing that I believe very strongly is that every single person in this room, every person in the city, every person in the world has the ability to shape the perception of their place using either their legs, taking people on a tour, their voice, talking it up, or third, social media and tools on the internet. And so I just want to leave you with this one little point. So just get started. It really doesn't take much. Thank you.